in the general chat, and I will give that a quick watch. So we're gonna watch this in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. Hi.
What do you mean by it's hella cropped?
Welcome to a new era of Shadow the Hedgehog. The new era of Shadow, shedding light on the Ultimate Lifeform panel at Anime Expo.
Wait, should I find a different version?
My name is Zeno Robinson. I will be your host today, so we can celebrate not just the fastest thing alive, but
Zeno Robinson also
the
plays.
Ultimate
Oh,
Lifeform. Yeah?
Didn't Zeno Robinson play?
We're talking about everyone's favorite anti-hero hedgehog, Shadow the Hedgehog.
Didn't he play Sonic in the Boom series?
As some of you may know, he may not be just a hedgehog. Who exactly is the ultimate life form?
Can you guys hear it?
We learn about him. These are questions we will discover the answers to, not just in a new game coming out later this year, but also, you guys can cheer. You guys can cheer for the new game. Yeah. But also a brand new animated prologue from Studio Gigex. Give it up for them. You guys are gonna love it.
Hey guys, can you guys hear it? Okay, just let me know that you guys can hear it.
Let's get this panel started. Without further ado, allow me to introduce our panelists. Our first one needs no introduction. He's a director, producer, designer, screenwriter, the head of Sonic Team, and co-creator of Shadow the Hedgehog. Please give a warm welcome to the legend, Takashi Iizuka!
Yay! We like him, I think. Depending on who you ask. Oh, okay. They're just gonna put it out there. All right, Tim.
Legendary. Please welcome the voice of the Black Blur, the ultimate life form, Kirk Thornton!
Wait, is this the? Oh, no. Can't do this. This is bad. This is bad. I don't like this. I don't like how this is now. Oh, fine. We'll just continue.
Next up, a legend in her own right, marking her debut as the kind-hearted and gentle Maria Robotnik, Stephanie Shea.
Oh, she's gonna be playing Maria.
And rounding out our panel, the incredible directors at Studio Gigex, Alan Wan, Christopher Luck, and Kevin Molina Ortiz. Okay, everybody.
I've forgotten who Stephanie Shea
Down,
also
get
plays in
comfy.
other things.
How are we feeling today? How's
And
the
I'm
anime
sure, is
Expo
Kirk
treating
Thornton
you?
a new voice?
I'll start with you.
Or is he just the
I'm
current
happy to be
voice?
here, so thank you for coming. So I'm glad to talk about Shadow.
Just want to make
today.
sure, because I'm pretty sure Kirk Thornton's been
Yes,
Shadow's voice for a while, right?
Kirk.
What's up?
Yeah.
Wow. Current voice. All right,
Okay,
cool.
guess it's me. I haven't been to an AX for like 5 years.
Oh wow, she's got the
but,
stickers on
like,
her.
The thing that was gonna bring me.
He
back
hasn't voiced.
was
Yeah,
this.
he has voiced him for a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, he voiced him in the Boom series as well,
Alan,
so he
Chris,
was
Kevin,
part
how
of
you
the
We're doing good.
renewal.
Shadow X. Oh, no. Sonic X Shadow Generation. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. I mean, it's right. Shadow X, Sonic Generations. It should just be called Shadow Generations, honestly, at this point.
For showing up.
Woo.
I'm very nervous. All right.
Give him a warm welcome. Make him feel welcome.
This guy on the far right looks like a person who lived through the the Sonic Generations of stuff.
Okay, I'm glad everyone's enjoying themselves. Just a quick temperature check. Who here's been a Shadow fan for at least 1 year? One year. Okay.
Also, I
How
posted the
about
version of
5
history that part
years?
in general, so you can watch it after.
Okay.
Thank you very
okay.
much, B.
10 years. Wow.
I know that
Wow.
finally got posted on
20
everything.
years.
Wee.
Wow, look at that. Okay,
It's
clear
me.
there's some
I'm in
Shadow
this
fans
photo.
here. But there might be newer people. I didn't see everybody's hand. So let's maybe walk through Shadow's history for a bit. Yeah. Okay. Shadow the Hedgehog, also known as the Ultimate Life Form, was
This
first
is-
introduced in Sonic Adventure 2 in 2001.
Wow, they're actually
served as
referencing
a
Sonic
rival to
Battle.
Sonic Adventure 2. Yeah. Sonic
They're
Adventure 2
referencing
fans?
Sonic Battle. Where's Sonic the Hedgehog 06?
personal favorite.
Where's 06?
His next appearances were Sonic
We're just not gonna talk about 06.
Battle in 2004.
Yeah, let's
Sonic
go.
Battle?
I have
Sonic
that.
Battle fans here. Yeah.
I had that, man. That was such a
yeah.
good game.
He had his first first standalone game in 2005, Shadow the Hedgehog. Wow, look at that. Outside of just the games, he made several appearances in various forms of Sonic media, including the IDW comics. We have some comics readers in the house. The animated series Sonic X. Sonic X fans.
They fit Sonic X in there, man.
Sonic Boom, and more recently, Sonic Prime.
Technically, Forces is the last time he's
And he
been
will
a
be
playable
making his
character.
live action debut this year. Yeah. He's been a fan favorite for many years and has been rival, dark hero, and occasional ally to Sonic and his friends. This year, being the year of Shadow, we'll be seeing more of his story in Sonic X Shadow Generations.
Yay.
But you guys, we're all here to learn more about Shadow today, right? Right? There's some things you might not know. And who better to enlighten us about the ultimate life form than his father himself, Takashi Iizuka. Everyone give it up for Iizuka-san, please.
Yay.
Now, Iizuka-san, we just went through a brief history of...
Oh, by the
Shadow's
way.
appearance in
Oh,
the
wow,
media.
okay.
Now, what were his origins? What led to his creation?
Yeah, I'm glad they
I
didn't
think
go
you
with the
know.
this design. The middle design looks
まあ
much
シャドウ
better.
が誕生したのは1999年に開発がスタートしたソニックアドベンチャー2だったんですけども、まあ、その時にはソニックに匹敵するライバルを作ろうということで、まあ、最初は考えていたんですけども、まあ、開発チーム私も一緒なんですけども、まあ、アメリカに渡米してでアメリカでソニックアドベンチャー2を作ったんですけども、まあ、その時にスポーンとかダークヒーローがすごいアメリカで人気だったんですよね。それのインスパイアを受けてライバル
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. This is a good time to do that. I wish that they kept on
So
that.
Shadow was
Yeah,
really
there we go.
born in 1999 when we began development on Sonic Adventure 2. In the beginning, we kind of thought, oh, we want a rival character, something to really contrast Sonic. So we need a rival character in this game. But at that time, all of the team flew over to America, and we started living and working in America. And when we got there, we realized dark heroes like Spawn, were really popular in America, and that really inspired us to make Shadow a different kind of character. And that's when we thought, we don't want him to be a rival.
Yeah,
to
his
Sonic.
final
We
design
want him to be a
is the
dark
best
hero.
design.
And that's really the
Like,
where
especially
Shadow
when you
was born
compare
in
it to these other designs, and like, they just don't fit. Although it does look like these
I
things
think,
get
it's
implemented
really
to
cool to have
other
characters
designs
like
later.
Spawn, who's like a character like we in the West are familiar with, be the inspiration for someone like Shadow. I had it in my notes that I was under this impression that he was also inspired by Vegeta from the Dragon Ball franchise. But wait, but Iizuka-san told me that's not true.
Oh, all right. I didn't know that wasn't
It's not true.
that wasn't
so I
true.
just wanted to clear that up because I thought that too. But it's super cool that like.
I didn't know that. I didn't know he
It's
was like the
not, though.
Vegeta.
It's not though.
Even though he's got a very similar
What were
personality.
some
Well, no, he's not even got a very
inspirations
similar
about
personality. They're
designing
not really the same.
Shadow's, his
But it's that sort of
design and his
vibe.
personality?
はいもう
Like
ここに
very no
表示
nonsense.
されてますけども、まあ、ソニックのダーク版ということで、まあ、最初はこういろいろなバリエーションのデザインを考えたんですけどもまあこれをまあ、当時サンフランシスコでフォーカステスト一般の人たちを呼んでフォーカステストを行ってで、まあ、その中でこう皆さんの一般の人たちの意見も聞きながら最終的なデザインにこう仕上げていったんですけども、まあ、その時に今この中央の下にいる固めのこう切れたこれを我々の開発チームではテリオスと呼んでシャドウの次の
It is true? Oh, okay. We're gonna have to check that.
So in the beginning, we had a lot of ideas in putting into a dark Sonic character. That would be the Shadow design. And what you're seeing here are a lot of these sketches that we had that we wanted to bring to a focus test in San Francisco to see what the average person would think about all these different designs. And I believe in the middle there's a character with like a damaged eye. That was the design of the character that the development team were calling Terios back in the day.
でまあ、最初には
That
皆
was-
さんの知ってる黒と赤の
I
デザイ
think
ンになるわ
being
けですけども
just striking
この
is
黒
much
と赤のデ
better.
ザインっていうのは実は日本の歌舞伎からインスパイアされたデザイン
Kabuki.
So we did also want to choose kind of black and red as the theme colors for the character, and it was really inspired by the kabuki style of face paint. And
Yeah,
is,
that makes
part
so
of the
much more
inspiration
sense
for
now
Shadow.
with the spine
これと
look.
先ほどお話したこのテリオス
That makes a lot more
っていう
sense. I didn't know
キャラクター
that.
なんですけどもまあこの当時は残念ながらボツになってしまったシャドウの前のデザインなんですけ
So
ど
he's basically
まあこの
E-Honda.
テリオスっていうのをこの10月に発売されるソニック X シャドウジェネレーションズの、デラックスエディションのスキンとして実装することを決定しましたので、まあこのゲーム
I
で
want
し
him
か
to
遊べ
do
な
the
いキャラク
E-Honda
ターを
pose now.
ぜひ皆さんご期待ください。
So we do have the design for the Terios character, which was a concept design for the character that didn't make it all the way through. We ultimately went with the shadow design that everyone knows and loves. But coming out this fall, this October, in Sonic X Shadow Generations, we are also offering a skin to turn Shadow into Terios, so you can play as Terios inside of the game.
Ah, that is kind of cool. That is cool. That's actually rare for them to do skins for characters outside of Sonic right
That's
now.
really cool. He looks cool, right? He looks cute.
I don't know if I think he looks
it's
cool. I think I
really
need to see him
cool
in
as a
motion.
gigantic fan of Sonic, the franchise, and Shadow to like see artwork of the developmental stages of how Shadow came to be. Is there any significance?
I
to
wonder
the
if there's a
name
Shadow the
Terios?
Hedgehog
Why did you guys settle
art
on that
book.
name?
I have no idea.
I was wondering if it meant something. I think it's really cool that you get to play as the Terios skin in Generations. That's really cool. I'm excited for that. Now, Izuka-san, can you tell us what makes
I feel like
Shadow
Terios'
different
skin
from
ends
Sonic?
up being reused
はい
for
そうですね。
Mephiles right after.
一言で違いを言えばやっぱりダークヒーローっていうところなんですけども、ソニックが正義や平和を守るまさにヒーローなんですけども、シャドウは
You know, that's actually an interesting way of going about it. Making a new protagonist based on the era of Sega.
決してシャドウは正義のヒーローではない。だから道端で困っている人がいても助けないっていうそういう大きなソニックとシャドウの違いがあって、この性格の違い、完全に真反対なソニックとシャドウの性
Could you
格
imagine?
を加えて、でシャドウはもう愛すべき、マリアのために命がけでこの星を守るっていう。
I swear.
マリアが愛した星を守るっていうの
I'm hearing the name Maria constantly right now. I'm like, if they don't, if they don't.
So to sum it up in really one word, I'd say, Dark Hero is what really defines Shadow and makes him different from Sonic. So Sonic will be a very positive, cheerful, character that's going to go out there and do whatever it takes to bring peace to the world. He wants to see justice kind of played out. He's very much a true hero, but Shadow is more of a dark hero. He's going to do whatever it takes to get the job done. He's going to focus on what that thing that he needs to do is, and only, really focus on getting that done. So it's not really like, it's a little bit of a selfishness, but it's also because he's such a dark hero and he's pushing towards his goals. It really defines him as a character differently from Sonic.
I'm glad they
and
never got that
makes it
part wrong about him.
And really, when we talk about
I'm
the
glad. I'm
difference
glad. I
between
feel. I
Sonic
feel
and Shadow,
vindicated.
Sonic will do whatever it takes to save the planet because of the justice and really the truth in him as a character. But Shadow, he wants to protect the planet because Maria, who is so close to, loves the planet. And so he's doing it out of this love and connection with Maria that he will also do whatever it takes to save the planet. So they're both
Oh,
very
thank you.
much
I really
heroes,
appreciate that.
But it's that dark hero element that really makes Shadow cool and unique.
Yeah, I think the best kind of anti-hero is somebody who has something important. That
It
they
might
fight for, that really
be,
gives them, along the years. And Shadow's relationship
Thank
with
you. I
Maria
appreciate
is
that.
a
I just had to look
really,
at it.
really
It might be a
cool,
translation
integral,
error.
Central driving force for Shadow. Having that being told by Izuka-san himself is super cool. So I think I can speak. for many of
Or
us
it
who
might
I
be a
say we've
different
all been
person's
waiting
notes.
for
So he might not have been
years for new
inspired
pieces
to
of
be like
Shadow's
Vegeta,
past
but have
and his
Vegeta
backstory.
vibes.
So why are we telling his story now in Sonic X Shadow?
Not
Generations?
inspired.
はい、
like
皆さんもご承知の通りです
Feel,
ね。
I guess is
今
probably
年
the
の
word.
12月にいよいよシャドウが出演する
I'm guessing. I'm trying to rationalize what's been said. That's the main
よ
problem.
り世界中の人々にシャドウの魅力を知ってもらおうということで、今回ソニック X シャドウジェネレーションズを発売する、ことに
I'm wondering why they're not saying Sonic Cross Shadow instead of Sonic X Shadow, because usually that's crossover. That's what the X usually stands for, and it's more common in Japan today.
知ってもらおうっていうゲームだったので、今回のシャドウを世界中の人に知ってもらおうっていう
Because I think calling it versus is more like a Western concept.
思ってます。で、シャドウといえばやっぱり悲しいバックグラウンドのあるストーリーなので、今回のこのゲームでも
Because they are lovers
か
fans.
なり力を入れてますので
Of course they are.
So as you know, this December we will see Shadow featured in movie 3. It should be a really great movie. And in order to really introduce everyone to Shadow before we get to the movie, we wanted to release something that could really do that, would be a good vehicle for that.
No,
And
no, no.
that's
It was
where
called
we brought
Cross.
up Sonic X Shadow Generations.
Sonic X
Originally,
Shadow.
Sonic Generations was a game that was meant to introduce everyone to Sonic the Hedgehog. So it had classic Sonic in there, it had modern Sonic in there, and it was really like all these great moments from Sonic's legacy in one title. And by adding Shadow into that package, we now are able to introduce Shadow as a character inside of that same game.
Will they just
alongside
re-explain his
Sonic.
story and give him his canon
And
backstory?
as everyone knows, Shadow does have kind of a sad background story, and we did want to spend a lot of time and energy kind of portraying that in the Shadow Generations side
I
of the
hope.
game. So we really hope
Let me
everyone
feel
plays the
emotions.
game and enjoys the story in Sonic X Shadow Generations.
That seems exciting. That's exciting. I want to feel sad for my Edge boy.
Wow. Well, I'm really excited.
What
Thank
it
you so much,
means.
Suzuki, for your incredible insight
Yeah.
into Shadow. I've been a huge fan of Sonic for many years, and it's been one of the greatest honors of my life to be able to sit here and speak with you directly about Shadow the Hedgehog and Sonic. I also think it's the perfect
It
time
makes me want to
show
go
the
back
world
to like
Shadow's
some
charm
of Sonic
and
photos
story.
like this.
And who better to help us do that than our voice actors?
We get to hear Kirk Thornton's voice, which I'm surprised he's so
If
old.
there's one thing we know about Shadow, it's that his past follows him everywhere he goes. With all these new elements of Shadow being revealed, and we have the upcoming animation, I like to ask our actors who are breathing new life into these scenes and into these moments, their thoughts and experiences with them. Kirk, you've been voicing Shadow for years now.
Yeah.
Do you do anything
Hey,
exploring
Bat Shadow!
previously unseen?
This is basically Shadow Spawn.
I'm learning more today than I have learned in years doing Shadow. I mean, I'm getting so much stuff here. It's amazing. I wish I'd been able to sit down with Izuka-san sooner. Sooner?
Sooner.
Yes, I speak for a living. Thank you very much. No, I mean, yeah. Because over the years, Shadow has always been very cool and unflappable, and recently I've been discovering different sides of Shadow with
The Boom
Twitter
series.
takeovers and
Oh, right,
the Lego commercials. So
Yeah, the Lego commercial. It was so good.
I actually
seeing
don't
good
remember
technique
the
for
Lego
that, I
commercials,
think.
I need to probably watch that.
I'm seeing different sides of Shadow, but as far as the game goes, the cool, unflappable side, there's always been something underneath it, and finally we're starting to pull out all those things and figure out what is driving that cool, what's driving that unflappable, what's brewing under the surface. So that's what we've been getting with this game, you see, and the team has decided to let a little bit of that emotion out
yeah.
at times, and it was a lot of fun doing this game because playing down, and then all of a sudden being able to erupt and let some of that emotion out that's been brewing underneath all this time.
That's so cool. I really
Yeah,
love
of course.
Sort of the
I need to-
the
I need a
thoughtful,
link to it, that's all it is.
artistic approach you take to Shadow about the emotion.
I remember thinking I could do such a good Shadow impression, but it takes me a while to do his voice, and I think I sound way too young. I sound more like his older Shadow counterpart than his newer Shadow counterpart. I think the current voice actor does a better job just because he can get to that sort of deeper octaves better than I can. Wait, what the hell? I think it's the first time I've seen this screenshot. This looks so cool.
Don't spoil.
This looks so cool. I've not seen this.
I hadn't gotten to explore his history. I hadn't gotten to explore what happened with Maria.
I like it's
and
super artistic.
How he was created and his whole mission in life.
Yeah.
And that is flushed out in this game. You know, and it's been a real team effort. It's
Hang on,
all the
let me
people
get
at
the chunky
SEGA.
one, that's bigger.
It's Jack Fletcher, the director,
see it
who's
much more.
incredible,
There you go.
and we've all done this exploration together to try to find it. And what's really cool is that, you know, even though, you know, there'll be like 8-9 people in on a session, and they're all throwing out, you know, what they think we should be doing, what path we should be taking, and we all kind of agree.
Thank you.
Yes, we're taking this path, and yet what's really wonderful is that sometimes after we do all this work and the animation gets done and they send it back to us and we go, oh shoot, we missed something. And the SEGA has given us the license to go back and go, yes, this is how we fix it. And, you know, because it's expensive to go back into the studio and redo something, but they're taking the time and giving us the opportunity to go back and get it right.
Wow. Wow. You know, as big of a fan as I've been of this franchise for so many years, this might be like my first time sort of hearing about like how a typical session would go, or like the creative process from like animation to voice to screen, then corrections. It's really like fascinating, and it's really cool to hear. Like,
I'm sorry I'm not
how
talking too much, just
particular
because
and
this
how
is actually
specific
the
and
bit
how
that I don't know
careful,
much about.
and precious we are about this franchise and the characters and all the love and work that goes into it. And it's really clear on like when you see it on the screen. It's so clear. So it's super cool how much time and attention goes into Shadow. And like, you know, it's cool that the events of this game, I'm sure, alter how like you've played Shadow, and probably have altered how you're going to play Shadow, like moving forward, right? Yeah. So that's super awesome. But I want to take this over to Stephanie. Yeah.
It's the girl who dies.
Stephanie, Maria is so integral and so important to Shadow's story. She's such a beloved character. You hear that?
I remember seeing someone else's version of this, and it was just saying it's basically Aerith.
Like
Oh right, yeah.
because we know. How did you?
She does kind of look like Aerith.
How did you find her voice?
But like
I really
CGI
think
model
that you
looks
had,
way
our voice
different.
Fletcher and then Tyler Sonic team. There was a lot of faces.
Even
on
the Sonic
Sonic
X
team
version is
when we were
different.
recording, and they had so much insight, and they helped guide. You know, it guide me in terms of like performance. I think for me, I was like mostly focusing on things like her age and then also her like illness, right? Because the illness can be like a real trap. Because she has these excited emotions and these concerned emotions, or, you know, not giving my story, there's certain things that happen, but, like, you're not always like, I'm weak and sick, you know? Like, you have to kind of, like, gauge when that comes through and when it's not appropriate, when the emotion is so big that it, like, it kind of, like, overrides whatever.
1/12/2024.
Like
So
you
this was in
said,
January?
we actually, which doesn't happen a lot. I don't know if you guys know this. Like when we record, you go
Could
in
you
there
imagine?
and you do your lines and you're like, bye, and then that's it. And then like months later, it comes out. And like they brought us back and we redid the scenes, like sometimes 3 times, you know, or more, because they would tweak things, you know. Or they would-
Nibelheim, the
and
space
sometimes
colony
it was for
arc.
some kind of like physical element of the action, but other times it was like tweaking the character. Things like that. So I really relied on them, and they were really great. In terms of her sweetness, you know, like, that was easy for me.
You do play a lot of like very sweet characters.
Because, like, I don't know if you could tell this, but, like, I believe, what's really funny, I have a really good friend.
Maria.
Opposite of me, and we're best friends. She's like, all humans are bad. You know, of course this person was
So
bad.
Shadow?
Yeah. And I'm like, no, everyone has the capacity for change. I believe that there's goodness in people.
Can you hear it? Can you hear it?
Here's the
Maria?
thing.
Can you
I
hear it?
really do believe that. So even like when the world is going crazy and like you're seeing horrible videos of people, and I'm really like, everyone can change. Like I really believe that. So
She seems more
So it sounds like you're
mature.
perfect.
Like
You're
this
like
seems
a
like a
perfect-
mature
you're a perfect
Maria.
choice for
I
the
can
role.
relate in terms of that.
And from what I know about like you as an artist, like when you were talking about like performing with the specificity and things like that, you're very specific and like juggling. I'm sure like juggling like the illness and like how to weave that into your performance was something super specific. And so I really am like in awe of like how you could do that. You know. I'm sure it'll like give her a lot of really cool like nuance, which I'm looking forward to seeing. Was there any like challenges about balancing those emotions with the physicality, like in the performances? And like, you know, how did you explore like Maria as a character alongside that?
Yeah, definitely. I think that was the hardest thing is like balancing like the illness and the emotional moments. And honestly, I relied on the team to really guide me because like they had a much clearer vision than I did in terms of like how the scenes were playing out and what the moments needed. In terms of the pressure, I'm a little bit of a newbie to this whole universe. I had
Wait, she's
no
new to it?
clue until when they said that I was going to be on this panel, and I started getting text messages
Oh yeah.
from people like telling me like how important this role is, you know, and don't mess it up. And I mean, by then I already did it, you know.
Right.
So I was like, oh gosh, I'm so glad I didn't know, because I think if I knew, I would have so much pressure, you know. And luckily I just could just be in the world, listen to the direction, and you know, without having to be like, oh no, don't mess it up, you know. So
I think that's something we as actors always feel whenever we do anything. It's always like, I hope I don't ruin this. I know a lot of people like this thing, you know. I'm sure you killed it. I'm sure you did amazing. Oh wow, I should have said that when it came.
So they've already finished all of the voicing. I believe she was a voice actor for Sailor Moon, so people have hyped her that she is playing
from each of your
Maria.
perspectives,
Yeah,
how
she
would
is
you
new.
guys describe the relationship between Shadow?
Yeah, I remember this artwork.
Look at them.
It's like, yes, 2 + 2 is 4.
Sorry, guys.
I mean, this is a really good artwork. It's an old artwork.
In
Like,
actors' terms, Maria is my super objective. She is my reason for everything I do. So, yeah, she's just everything. And so I was created to protect her. And when I fail that mission, it devastates me, or Shadow. I'm okay with it. Devastates Shadow.
You're in it. You're in it now.
And so that's why, you know, he dedicates his life to protecting Earth because of that. So she just
Yeah.
everything to Shadow does.
His driving sort of force.
Yeah, the complete driving force behind his life.
Stephanie.
Okay, so
That's fair.
in my mind, when I was thinking about it, I was like, she grew up very isolated. She had like nobody, you know, and other than Shadow. And the thing that I could relate to is that like during the pandemic, when we were alone in our houses, I had my dog. And I'm not like, and check it out. This is gonna sound weird. I'm gonna say comparing Shadow to my dog, but my dog is also.
I mean, that's fair.
British.
That's fair, actually.
And my dog is super sweet, but he also gets a little too aggressive when he's trying to protect me. See? And so, like, anyways, it's just the parallels. Anyways, but I do think that, like, you know, and I'm the driving force. I ground him. You know, he brings him back to, like, the less rabid stage.
Right,
You know, when
right.
he gets worked up. But, yeah, that's how I kind of, like, I relate to that relationship.
Yeah, but I don't hump her leg.
She kind of sort of operates as like
Yeah,
a
that's
moral
true.
center, right?
Yes, totally, like moral compass.
Like Shadow is this incredibly powerful, you know, like
It's really great to see how serious Kirk
and
is taking
that
this, given
power,
how
if
he always
in the
was
wrong hand
always
or
just
with
given
the
the whole
wrong
edgy
moral
asshole
center
Shadow
could
scripts
go out of
before.
control.
Yeah, that's
Of
true. Like they were
Yeah.
playing up to the idea
And
that he
so
was
Maria sort of,
edgy,
like, grounds
and
him.
that's why he
Like
was
raised
cool
Yeah.
in Boom.
Do you guys have a
Whereas
similar
here it's like
relationship?
this is
Like,
there's
yeah,
emotional
who's
to
the-
it. This
who's
is
the moral center
basically
here between the two of you.
sort of the equivalent for Sonic
It's
06 with
perfect.
Robotnik.
Amazing.
I'm surprised the Sonic voice actors
I
aren't
really
here
love
though.
how in depth everyone's answers are. Like as an actor myself, and as an artist, I like it's really cool hearing how everyone works and how you both work with character work and in the booth. So that's super cool. Maria gives Shadow purpose and direction, and I'm sure they both were each other's only friend. Their bond is integral to their characters as well as the story. So
If we don't see it in movie 3, I swear to God,
in action.
it'll be the only time they will cheer for
In motion.
for a death in a
We
movie.
have an exclusive preview of the animated prologue from Studio GigX. Please enjoy.
All right, let's see what's going on here.
Gerald made me the ultimate life form. I should be the key to all manner of medicines, curing you.
You and Grandfather are doing your best. I'm just as happy to spend time with you here while you both research.
Huh? 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 Oh wait, is this Emerald? Wait, this is actual Emerald. Like, not Gizoid.
That robot was heading towards Grandfather's lab. Shadow, you have to save him!
Whoa, what was that? What was that?
I'll handle this. Just wait here. I'll be back. I promise.
That was so cool. Yo! What is going on? They have a fight? What? What did I just watch?
Oh my gosh. Wow. I have chills. Wow.
I didn't think they would fight.
Was an exclusive preview of Sonic X Shadows Generations Dark Beginnings from Studio GigX. Give it up for them, guys. I mean,
I want this poster. I don't know what to do with it, but I want this poster.
I'm low-key blown away. That was like a minute of action. That was like a minute. I can't see the rest of it. Now remember, Sonic X Shadow Generations Dark Beginnings is a 3-episode prologue coming out later this year. Here I have with me the...
What am I watching?
Give it up for that? Yeah, 3 episodes.
How many episodes is what? 3 episodes. That's the thing. It's a 3-parter, but we've had animations
Here I
before.
have with me the directors, Alan Wan, Christopher Luck, Kevin Molina Ortiz.
Oh God.
You guys.
You see more
that was
detail on
crazy.
it's HD.
That
I will
was
have to think
cinematic.
it's gonna be peak.
Thank you
I'm
so
gonna
The
freak out
music,
again.
The compositing, the everything. It was amazing. There's so much to unpack. So let's get started.
His fingers are so big.
These
As he
animated
swings
episodes
his
different
arm.
from the animations we've seen from Sonic so far.
So, when SEGA was looking to create these animated shorts to tell Shadow's past for Sonic X Shadow Generations, when we met with executive producer Yukio Kusumoto, he specifically asked for something that's unique and a little bit different, departure of the past iterations. And so Sega had a kind of envisioned something that's a bit edgier, something that's a cross between anime and Western animation.
Edgier.
The three of us here all worked on Rise of the TMNT.
Oh, yo, that was actually a sick movie though.
And so we felt very confident that we can do this because we're dying to make some real anime.
Yeah.
So
Have you ever seen Rise of the TMNT movie? That's some
you
pedigree.
gotta,
If you haven't watched
yeah.
that movie on Netflix, you are
But
doing
anyways,
yourselves a disservice.
So we received this really great script written by Ian Flynn. And,
We like Ian Flynn.
and we were thrilled to have the opportunity to explore a bit more of a darker, more intimate story about Shadow's past. So yeah, we were super excited about this, but we were only the pre-production side of the puzzle. We also have a partnering studio named Studio Simage that
Wait.
does the production work for us, led by Matthew Chow. And you know, the stuff that you just saw, like we were able to have a vision, but to execute it, it requires a lot of technical know-how. So we were very happy to have them to be our partners. And their production manager, Ruth Seek.
Is this like not even the final version?
Over there.
Yeah.
Simage, you guys
Thank
killed
you so
it.
much.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
give it up for
much.
the production managers.
Is this not even the final version? Is this still on cleanup? Is that what I'm understanding here?
Okay, cool. Chris, Kevin.
Is this still a whip?
Shadow first appeared in the video games, right? So, like, what was the approach to sort of adapting, like, the speed, the emotions, all the abilities you see sort of in the games into animation? Like,
And
was
how
there
fast is
anything, like,
ML? Is he
challenging
using
or
Things
that you
abilities,
found
Shadows
about that, like,
abilities?
surprisingly?
So I'll speak from like the more emotional standpoint. Like, so as we all know, Shadow's a very dark, brooding lone wolf. When I say emo character, right? But he's also one that harbors a lot of grief and emptiness. So as such, like during the story process, a lot of attention was like paid to the overall feel and the mood of these shots. So when you watch the animation, like you'll see a lot more moody shots. We thought it was a great opportunity to like reveal a more personal side of Shadow that's rarely seen, and it's something we feel the audience has been kind of wanting to see for a very long time.
Yes. Yes.
Do we agree, audience? Yeah? Yeah?
Yes. I want to see a more angry Shadow. If it's not angry, it's not angry enough.
His like more tangible aspects of his visual persona on screen. A lot of his powers and abilities, you know, you play them in game, you see them in cutscenes, but how would they look in a cinematic representation? And so the expansion on that was essentially, our approach was to ask ourselves the question of like, you know, how is the air displaced when Shadow exits a room super quickly? What does it sound like when his boots activate? Is it automatic? Is it sensed from the friction or from the speed? Does it create heat? All of those really like intricate questions helped us structure and design a new sort of in-depth take on what you see on screen.
That's super cool. Give it up for that. And you can see it, right? Like when he ran.
He was
through
on the wrong
hallway,
page.
all the air
I think this is more like your.
and the application of the boots.
I don't know
It's
how
stuff that,
how
like,
similar
the
this is to
detail,
other
the
anime
emotional-
expos, but in
emotion,
Japan,
you can
when they
feel it
handle
in
shows like this, there is a
every,
script that they
like,
do follow
frame. It
minute
was
by
so
minute.
cool.
So they just read off a script. They just need someone who's confident at reading and being personality driven, based on what we've watched in the past.
Was there any sort of overall messages that you and the team?
So this feels like one of those situations where they are actually sticking things minute by minute.
Yeah, so I'll speak from technical standpoint. Like for the quiet moments, again, very careful placement of the camera. You'll definitely see it. More like nuance, like lighting were considered. And the facial acting was something we focused on too as well. We wanted the acting to be like felt, you know, with the dialogue, while not being too cartoony or too animated, to preserve like a much more like mature feel.
They're going for mature Shadow, guys.
As we've said a little bit on stage.
They're going for mature Shadow. It sounds really lame, but it's good.
It's something
This
we
is
really
a
wanna
good
put
thing.
lens on because it's, you know, in relation to the
If
most
anything,
human tone.
like we thought
idea is
90s
to make
90s
sure
was
that
edgy, but
not
not
only
very
motivates
was
your
mature
character,
because it
but you have to
considered
ask
adult
yourself,
themes. What
you
I feel
know,
like modern
how
day
does the character
storytelling
react
does with
to a
mature
decision
themes
or
is
to a
that it
decision
handles
presented to him
the storyline without
based on his
sacrificing
trauma, based on his
the
past.
change in the art
And so
itself.
we directed our board artists to really focus in on the subtext, the subtle acting. Shadow is more than just a grimace and a cool face. Like what
I'm
accent
I'm
can
sorry,
you add
what?
to that
He
that
is?
helps define him more than that.
I've got
Something that
2
helps
plushies to prove
communicate
it.
This heavier tone, and something that can encapsulate the feeling of longing you have for someone that's not there anymore.
Wow. Wow.
Oh god, that hurt me. That line hurt me.
And I'm sure, like, with all these elements put together, the direction, the animation, the acting, it sort of serves, like, giving multiple layers to
And you gotta remember, this was set 50 years before the first
an audience.
50
may
years
understand it
before
first, like,
the events of
understanding
Sonic
Shadow
Adventure 1 and 2.
maybe, oh, he's just sort of this moody, scowly, individual. But then you peel back those layers into his past and how he really feels, and give him like a lot more.
So tell me how you
emotion
really
and
feel.
Dynamics, and it creates a very nuanced character, and so it just makes me really excited to watch the prologues. My jaw, and y'all jaw too, dropped when I saw the Gizoid. Right, like that was crazy.
But it's not
Like,
Gizoid,
so
it's
clear
Emerald.
There's gonna be like a lot of like lore, like deep lore in these episodes. So what was it like introducing like all these new aspects of Shadow's story?
Does
to
that mean
everyone, and,
Gizoid's gonna,
kind of,
sorry, Emerald's gonna
fitting that
appear
in the
in
greater,
Sonic
like,
X Shadow?
Sonic
That could
mythos
mean that all the
story
bosses are
universe.
also based on
And-
that too.
And like, because like me, was there any times you guys fanboyed and what you guys had got to do?
Yeah, so I mean, when we first got the script, I was like, wow, there's so much lore. And then we started doing all the Wikipedias and all the fandoms. And the more we dwelled into Shadow's lore during pre-production, we actually realized, like, wow, there's a lot of fascinating concept twists and turns. There's so much to explore.
Thank you.
And it actually got us quite excited because it was like really deeper than I thought originally. So, as such, naturally we took inspiration from like Evangelion and then FLCO. A bit of blame. Like Evangelion specifically is like excellent with regards to visual storytelling with like still or static compositions through a lot of use of unconventional cropping or like symbolic use of B-roll footage. We felt was a really good match for this iteration.
Yeah, this type of visual storytelling that has like that more cinematic, more sophisticated tone. You take everything you've seen from games, like everything you've seen in Shadow's sort of lore and history that's been established in the franchise, and you have to ask yourself, like, what does this look like in this more psychologically complex iteration of the character? So even if there are familiar moments, it's portrayed in such a different way that something that was familiar may feel new. And so there was a lot of moments of excitement from the whole team for that.
Wow. Wow.
It's exciting. I'm not gonna lie. I'm hyped.
I am as excited. I think it's really cool when people who like you can tell when like love is poured into something, especially if you're a fan of it. That was incredibly insightful. Thank you, Alan, Christopher, Kevin. I can't wait to see all three. I am gonna stay plugged. Thank you so much. Yes. And everyone, please stay tuned. Stay tuned into SEGA and their channels for more information on when the prologue episodes will be out. But to show our thanks for everyone who's in the audience today, you should already have your exclusive posters.
Basket.
Yeah,
I want poster.
Posters, everybody.
I
We're
want
good.
poster.
But if you don't, please see the staff at the back entrance.
I
if
want
you don't have your
poster.
Please see them on your way out before you leave to get your poster.
I want
With
poster.
that, we wanted to show some love to our Sonic community and our Shadow community and answer a few community questions that were submitted earlier this spring. And they're community Q&A, so yeah. Our first question is from @Zephyr's Sword. Their question is, I don't know if it's going to come on screen, but their question is, if Sonic likes chili dogs, what does Shadow like?
Guacamole.
Coffee beans? Like straight? Surely something to rival Sonic, right?
I
Do
haven't
you
had a
like
chance to
coffee
put it up
beans, or do you have
yet,
another
just because
answer?
stuff happened.
I got something else. I mean, yes, he does love coffee beans.
Coffee?
But
I like coffee.
The chili dog's kind of it's junk food, and so he is a hedgehog, so it would have to be something kind of junky, but something very particular to him.
Right.
I think it would be
Nachos.
a version of a jalapeno popper. It would be a jalapeno popper because that's kind of spicy. But in order to darken it up, you know how they got the cream cheese inside there?
Right.
To add a little
No, it's sorry.
sophistication and a little
You're not.
darkness to it,
You're not
to have
wrong for
just a
asking.
little
I
layer of
literally.
caviar in that
I was gonna do
on the
it
jalapeno popper.
on
caviar
earlier
jalapeno
last week, and then
popper.
everything just
That's
kind of
the
fell
most
through.
cursed thing.
Because I'd forgotten to put the winners graphic up. So I was putting up the winners graphic, and I forgot to ask you, like, what was the score?
Shadow.
Yeah.
Shadow poppers.
Like, not understand, right? Like that makes no sense to eat. Hey, Izuka-san.
Yeah.
How accurate are these answers?
I don't think he doesn't like.
What about the coffee bean?
Yeah, but I heard from Shadow that he loves black coffee.
Broccoli?
Yeah, he does. I think that was in a past thing, though, isn't it?
No, broccoli, black coffee.
Oh, black coffee.
Yeah.
Black coffee. That's very him.
Oh, okay.
Black coffee.
There you go. I was about to have
makes
to
a lot of
change my
sense.
whole character.
I can see the fan art now. Shadow of the coffee mug. The next question is from Candy Pirate. At Candy with 2 Y's. Pirate. This question is for Mr. Izuka.
Cheeky bastard.
During the battle against Final Hazard in Sonic Adventure 2, Shadow ponders out loud that Sonic might be the real ultimate life form. What made Shadow associate Sonic with this title near the end? And remember, Shadow gets amnesia almost right after this. So does he remember ever telling Sonic? Does Sonic remember? Like, I don't know.
I was making sure.
まあそのシーンっていうのは最後のファイナルリザードをスーパーシャドウとスーパーソニック2人でこう倒したシーンの後なんですけども、まあスーパーシャドウはその時にこう力尽きて、まあ最後こう地球に落ちていくっていう時にソニックに対してお前が究極生命体なのかもしれないなって言うんですけど、それはシャドウが命が尽きると自覚したからそう認識したんであって、結局彼は生きてた。なのでいややっぱりソニックじゃなくて俺こそが究極生命体だということで今なってます。
So yeah, in that scene we have Super Sonic and Super Shadow both fighting to defeat the final hazard. And, you know, in that moment, Shadow is kind of out of energy. He's falling to Earth. He feels defeated. But Super Sonic is not defeated. And so in that moment, he thinks, maybe Sonic is the ultimate life form. But in the end, he doesn't die. And so he changes his mind and says, actually, no.
Okay.
I love that. That's actually a good answer. That makes sense.
Oh, so that's confirmed that he's not
I
dead.
love how he wakes up, he's like, never mind, it's actually me. Yeah, I knew it. It was me the whole time.
Yeah, I was just kidding.
Our final question is from @pink_rose. What does Shadow like to do as a relaxing hobby? Does Shadow relax?
I think Shadow would just
capable of
go
relaxing?
on holiday, like go do missions. He just wants to.
I think absolutely.
Yeah, he relaxes.
Yeah.
I'm wondering. I was like, I don't know. He doesn't seem very relaxed.
Well,
what would he do? What would he do?
I think he might do Tai Chi.
Okay.
You know what? Tai Chi sounds about right.
Really fast.
Really.
So that he starts here.
And then ends there.
And they're like, it's like, so what'd you think of the routine?
Right.
You can't even see it. It's so
right.
fast.
I know that like Maria and Shadow, their dream was to like go to Earth, and I think that could be kind of relaxing for them, right? Like if they were to.
Earth is like the most stressful place on Earth
What do you guys think?
ever, actually.
I feel like it would have to be something that like they can't do on the Ark, right?
Right.
So like go swimming because I don't think there's like a pool.
A beach.
Or yeah, like a beach vacation. I think Maria would want to like hang out with the animals.
Izuka's like, no.
He was like, no. She would just like eat ice cream and binge Netflix.
Yeah. I was like, oh, eat ice cream, you know? Amazing. Well, we are almost at time.
We never got to find out what
thank you so
Izuka-san
much
said
to
about
our
that.
panelists. Izuka-san, Kurt, Stephanie, Alan, Chris, Kevin, all of you.
Can't have said it
We
better
love
myself.
you. You have all been an excellent
I'm sorry,
crowd.
B.
You guys are incredible. Thank you. Please follow the Sonic social channels. Stay up to date with Sonic X Shadow Generations. Don't forget to stop by the SEGA booth in the Exhibitors Hall.
I
at
want
booth
the. I'm pretty sure we'll
3720
get
to
the
pick up some
poster in.
exclusive Shadow merch they have this weekend. There's a cool little pin. There's a couple pins. There's some posters, some shirts. If you're excited to see Shadow's story, like I am, Sonic X Shadow Generations will be out October 25th, 2024.
I
That's
want
actually
this.
My birthday. It's available for pre-order right now on all platforms.
I want this.
Digital Deluxe Edition will
Give
include
me.
a very cool Tyrio skin that Izuka-san
No,
mentioned earlier.
the best
If
thing
you sign up for the Sonic X
is
Shadow Generations newsletter, you'll receive the Sonic Jam Legacy skin.
This was cool. I like this a
Sonic
lot.
X Shadow Generations launches. Now, before we say goodbye, I see people leaving. Don't leave yet. I want us to do a group chaos control. Yeah? Can
Okay.
we do a chaos control? I brought the Chaos Emeralds as well. Can we please? Can we
No,
please?
I mean
Okay.
that. Like, that shouldn't have been made sense, but it does.
Put the
Oh,
emerald down.
right.
Did you guys want to hold an emerald?
Yeah, sure.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, I'll give you are the master.
Okay.
I want it. You want to?
It probably still does me. You're my jam.
All right, cool. Emeralds for
that's
everybody.
that's very sweet of you.
Emerald. Oh, look, you get one too. Sure. All right. Yeah. Wait, actually,
Wait, where's Izuka-san? Yeah, one might say
okay. And I
my Sonic Jam. Ah!
Okay.
That was
Chaos Blast
that was cute,
instead,
right?
Chaos Control. Control. That's the main one. That's the main one. Okay. Okay, on 3, we're going to do Chaos Control, okay? Everyone, you guys want to look? Huh? Here? Or, all right, yeah. Okay, 1. Wait, how do I do this holding this mic?
Come on, figure it out.
1, 2, 3.
Chaos Control!
Yay! I didn't say the Chaos Control because I forgot I was supposed to say it, but okay. But yeah, that was
you
a
so
cool
much, you
panel,
guys.
honestly. That was a cool panel. It does, like I said, this just reminds me of the Summer of Sonic stuff, which was awesome. I'm sure that wasn't Shadow's theme. That was Bleach, I think. Just jump back in. Was that guy with the mic Junpei's VA? That was Zeno Robinson. I don't know if that was Junpei's VA, but that was Zeno Robinson. He voices the bird guy in My Hero Academia, whose name I've completely forgotten. But yeah, it was honestly, that was a fun panel. They had Kirk Thornton, who plays Shadow in the more recent one since Generations. Ah, yeah, that's him. Oh, I didn't know that was him. Oh, that's cool. I thought I recognized him. All right, cool. We gotta watch this other thing because apparently the version that we had watched was highly cropped. So we need to watch that. Is this the official one?
Supercharge your
Yes, we can.